welcome to another segment of intellectual brainstorming and academic excellence. My name is David Oni, and my YouTube and Facebook channel is David Oni Wiz. Want to say a very big thank you to our returning viewers, and please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, this is another opportunity to actually subscribe to this channel. And also, don't forget to like and leave a comment, and also to click on the notification button on the YouTube, and also share our videos to your numerous friends out there. And I can bet you that you will never regret your decision. So please, if you have not subscribed, this is another ample opportunity for you to do so. Today we're going to look at something different, and we're rounding up, on the trends, causes, and consequences of urbanization. So, urbanization is not a new phenomenon. People have lived in settlement, and there have been massive movement of people from the rural area to urban cities. So, by this, urbanization is actually in a progressive concentration of people in towns and cities. So urbanization is actually a symbol of radical physical, economic, and social transformation that mankind is passing through as a basis of development. So urbanization necessitated development by being a tool of and also a product of development. The widely held view that a strong link exists between a degree of urbanization and level of economic development seems to have been acknowledged by the wide group in the level of actually urbanization between the developed and developing countries. So the concept of urbanization is a widely accepted phenomenon. The definition of urban centers differs from one country to another, and even within the same country over time. For example, Africa, which is the least developed urban continent in the world, had only 9% of its population in towns in the 50s. Nigeria, which is a developing country, because we can actually categorize Nigeria as a developing country. In fact, in my previous videos, I've actually talked about development and underdevelopment. When we're talking about, I actually resist the theory of development, in my previous videos, and I also use the center periphery theory to discuss or to lecture on the development and the underdevelopment. So when you're talking about development and the underdevelopment or developing, you should have a clear picture of what we're talking about here, because we've done that studies or lectures in our previous videos. So the lecture is actually there on Facebook, on YouTube. You can have a grab of that copy and watch that video, so that you can have an in-depth analysis of what we're saying here when you see or use the word developing. So Nigeria is actually a developing country, and is actually experiencing increase in the urbanization. Many rural dwellers keep migrating to the urban centers because of the backward nature of the rural area. So more and more people continue to migrate from the rural area to the urban centers, and we're going to see why is this thing actually like this? What is actually going on that is making people to actually move from the rural areas to the urban center? Because the urban centers are where things are actually happening. And if you go to the rural area, you hardly find development or urbanization in those areas. And when you're talking about urbanization, we're talking about massive radical economic movement or development. So it's important to know that some Nigerian states are highly populated and urbanized than others. Even in Nigeria, there is an uneven development in the sense that some areas can be categorized as being urbanized or being urban, and some areas can be said to be rural in what in nature. So that's why I said that in Nigeria, even the state and what are not the same in terms of what of a urbanization. So for some instance, virtually every state has what urban centers, but the degree of what urbanization tends to differ from one state to another, and from one city to another. So there's an uneven development even among the states, where some states are more urbanized than some other states. And not only among the states, we also have what urbanization, being uneven among cities to cities. Now, there are some trends in the urbanization in Nigeria. And those trends are what are actually three of them. We have what we call the pre-colonial urbanization. We also have what we call colonial urbanization, and we also have what we call the post-war period or urbanization. Now, what are the causes of urbanization? Why do people move from the rural area to the urban areas? Number one of them is what is lack of employment opportunity. There are more employment opportunities in the city than in the rural area. Then number two is what we call system of land ownership. Then number three, we have what we call lack of social amenities in the rural area. When you're looking at talking about social amenities, we are talking about infrastructural facilities. So most of these infrastructural facilities are not, cannot be found or located, or they are not much in the rural area compared to the urban area. Then we also have what we call the war periods. What makes people to migrate from one place to another for their safety or for their own protection. Then we also have what location of industrial raw materials and educational institutions. So we have more educational institutions in urban areas than in the rural area. Now, what are the consequences of of urbanization? Number one is that when people are moving from one place to another, migrating from the rural area to the urban centers, one of the problems that you will see is what we call overpopulation. Like for example, Lagos is overpopulated. People move from one part of the country to another, from another part of the country to Lagos on daily basis. So the state is actually over congested and overpopulated. They also have refuse disposal. This problem is more, you can it's more evident in Lagos, where you have refuse disposal being displayed even at bus stops on the road anyhow. You understand? So this has been a major problem of urbanization in Nigeria, refuse disposal. They have the problem of brain drain syndrome. When you talk about brain drain syndrome, we're talking about a situation where the skilled laborers are being taken off from the rural area to the urban centers, or from one country to another. In fact, this problem is very rampant in Africa, where you experience a brain drain syndrome because of the fact that most of these goods and what are being taken off from Africa and taken to developed countries where they are well paid, they are well remunerated, and they have good working conditions. So when this happens, it will affect or have effect or negative effect on the country. They also have the problem of prostitution. Prostitution is also another problem you know urbanization. Prostitution, you find that those that are unemployed, they find another means of surviving by going on the street to sell their bodies, just to make a livelihood or to make a ends meet. But this problem is not rampant mostly in rural areas, but you find this phenomenon in urban centers. Then industrial pollution or problems, industrial pollutions. So most of these urban areas have become a dumping ground where hazard or industrial hazard are thrown or disposed hazardly to members of the public, and this would actually constitute a health menace or a health problem to the urban centers. So these are more problems of urbanization. On this note, we're going to end on the trend, causes, and consequences of urbanization. So if you have not actually subscribed to our channel, please go and subscribe now. And please leave your comment and leave your what your and click on that notification button. And also share our videos and also like our videos. Please, please, please go and subscribe. Go and follow us on Facebook. Go and subscribe to our channel or what on the YouTube. Till meet next time, I remain your humble and loyal servant David Oni. And my YouTube channel once again is what is David Oni Wiz. That same channel is also the same name for my Facebook channel. So please go and follow me on Facebook and follow me also what on the YouTube. See, we'll see you next time. Thank you and God bless you. Bye bye.